Hello, and welcome to Volume 2 of Drunkspeare. So I have to be honest with you, I'm not drunk, I'm just a little tipsy, and I don't know even what my hair looks like, but that's another story. So I thought, I'm in America, and of course, mainly all of the states in the Union this week have hit record temperatures of above 90 or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, I thought this was a perfect example to do one of the hottest, sexiest, most romantic plays of the canon, Romeo and Juliet. So, oh god, that's like vodka, because it's been oh god, well whatever, it's fine. Romeo and Juliet, Drunkspeare. So the play starts, and it's this like prologue that's like, oh, this is two star-crossed lovers meeting in this thing, and they're both gonna die at the end, whatever. Skip that part, and then we open, and right away we know there are these two families that hate each other. The Capulets and the Montagues. So the Capulets are all like, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? They're both basically the same. No one really knows what the fuck either of them are. They're just basically the same. One of them is Romeo's house, and one of them is Juliet's house. I think Juliet is the Capulet, and I think Romeo is the Montague. But like I said, I'm drunk. So anyway, Romeo is like sitting there after this like fight between like some Capulets and Montagues. Romeo's like, oh, woe is me, I'm in love with this person. I love this person named Rosaline. And you're like, wait a minute, no, but Romeo's supposed to love Juliet. But that's only because we're this 20th century artist and whatever. Like, Shakespeare was like, yeah, like Rosaline first. But whatever, anyway. So Romeo loves Rosaline, and then Benvolio comes and is like, no, like, you're such a fucking pussy, like, go to this party with me. And Romeo's like, no, I'm not gonna go to this party. And then Benvolio's like, no, come to this party. And Romeo's like, okay. Because Romeo and Benvolio are, like, friends, and they've been friends for, like, whatever. So, forever. So then, like, the next thing that happens is, Romeo goes to this party. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, we meet Juliet, and Juliet's like, I'm a woman, and I, like, fucking love women things. And, like, the nurse is also like, come Lammas tithe, she shall be 14. And, like, that means she needs to get married or whatever. And, like, Lady Capulet's like, I have this man that you need to marry. And, like, Juliet's like, but I'm an independent woman. Well, I actually don't think she says that, but whatever. So anyway, then, like, there's this ball, and, like, Romeo and Juliet meet there, and, like, they, like, touch hands and during this dance, and they're like, love at first sight. And then it's like, like, let hands do what, like, pilgrims do, like, holy palmer's palm, kiss, blah, blah. They make out. And, like, the nurse, who is, like, Juliet's best friend, is like, what? So they, like, start this forbidden love. But at first, because it's a masked ball, Juliet doesn't, well, neither of them really know that they are either a Montague or a Capulet. But this is, like, where everything's, like, still getting, like, fun, and, like, we're still having fun and everything. And, like, Romeo has his friend, and his name is Mercutio, and Mercutio is like, why are you being such a fucking pussy, and, like, moping all the time, which is, like, very similar to what Benvolio is doing, but, like, in a different way. Like, Mercutio just kind of comes out of nowhere. Kind of. Mercutio's not really, like, of the Capulet or the Montague family. He's just kind of separate. Anyway. He's, like, higher status, I think, is, like, what the, like, scholars say about him. Anyway. So then, like, Romeo's like, I'm in love with Juliet. I love Juliet. And, like, fuck Rosalind. Rosalind's, like, whatever. She's a fucking cunt. So, then Romeo, like, goes to Juliet's balcony and is like, I love you. But Juliet doesn't hear him. And she's like, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Which, by the way, does not mean where are you, Romeo? It means why are you, Romeo? Because it's like, no, like, why are you a Montague? Because I can't love you. Because, like, the nurse, like, ticked her into this information that, like, yo, that man that you were kissing at that party, totally a Montague. Because, like, it's like going to a frat party and, like, somebody being like, yo, that dude that you were kissing over at that party, not gay. And it's like, wait, but no, he was kissing me. And it's like, no, he's not gay. And it's like, oh, fuck, whatever. Happened to me so many times. Anyway, so they have the balcony scene. It's like, I love you, let's get married. And it's like, wait, what? Get married? That's a little fast. Okay. And, like, Romeo's like, yeah, like, let's do this. Like, meet me in Friar Lawrence's cell or whatever. And, like, they hatch a plan. So that's boring. And then they, like, go to Friar Lawrence and they're like, help us get married. And Friar Lawrence is all like, oh, yo, like, this will be good. Like, the two families will, like, link together and then, like, be, like, feud will be whatever, like, done with. So they, like, get married, but it's, like, a piss poor ceremony because, like, no one's there, but whatever, anyway, no one cares. And then Romeo's, like, walking out in the streets, like, as you are wont to do in, like, Venice at the time. Is it Venice? I think it's Vienna, actually. Yeah, it is totally Vienna. Anyway, so he's, like, walking out in the streets in Vienna, and, like, Tybalt, who is, like, one of the, like, Capulets, is like, "Bah, like, what are you doing?" And, like, Romeo's like, yo, like, I have no beef with you, like, because I don't want to say it, but, like, I married your cousin. And, like, Tybalt's all like, no, like, I have beef with you because you are, like, a Montague, and I hate Montagues. So Tybalt is all like, rah, 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 and, like, Mercutio's like, rah, rah, and, no, not Mercutio, sorry. Romeo's like, rah, 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 but then, like, Mercutio comes in, and he's like, no, like, stop fucking fighting with my friend Romeo, and Tybalt's like, well, I will fight you. And, like, then there's a fight, and then Tybalt gets, like, cut underneath Romeo's arm, like, Romeo goes into, like, break up, like, Mercutio and Tybalt fighting, and like, Mercutio gets, like, cut underneath, like, Romeo's arm, and, Mercutio dies. So that's sad. Because he has one of the best monologues in the entire Shakespeare canon, even though his character is a little out of nowhere. Well, anyway, so Tybalt dies, and, like, the Prince of Vienna, who's, like, the big boss, comes out, and he's like, what the fuck is going on here? I thought I told you guys to stop fighting. And, well, sorry I didn't mention him before, he also comes out before, and he's like, guys, stop fighting. But anyway, regardless, he's like, guys, what are you doing? And, like, Romeo's, like, gone at this point, and Benvolio is like, so, like, Romeo and Tybalt, but, like, Tybalt wanted to fight Romeo, but then, like, Mercutio came in? Anyway, the prince is like, oh, well, like, I forsooth hereby, like, banish Romeo from, like, the lands, and, like, Romeo, like, hears of this from the Friar Lawrence, who, like, married him, and he's like, Romeo's like, no, banish it, because I love Juliet, and, like, there is no world without Vienna's walls, because, like, that's where Juliet lives, blah, 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 anyway, so then, like, Romeo, like, is banished to Mantua, and, they cock up, like, like, Juliet is, like, distraught, and they come up with this, like, cockamamie plan where Juliet will take this potion that makes her sleep or look like she is dead for 12 to 24 hours. Don't quote me on the scansion there. But, like, Juliet's like, yeah, like, let's do that. And then, like, send a notice to Romeo, and Romeo will come, like, rescue me out of my parents' tomb because I fucking don't want to marry Paris, who is, like, another guy that she's supposed to marry other than Romeo because that's who her parents, because she is a woman and she has no, like, right at that time to say what she wants, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, everything goes to shit. Nothing happens the way it's supposed to. Romeo winds up at the tomb without hearing that Juliet has taken this potion to make her seem like she is dead. So he just assumes that she is dead because he's well, I mean, I guess he just doesn't know any better. But he, like, is like, oh, like, fucking Juliet's dead. And then Paris comes in for some reason and is like, what are you doing at, like, my wife's grave? And, like, Romeo's like, she's my wife. Cut. And then Paris is like, but I loved her. And, like, Romeo's like, sorry, dude. And then Romeo's like, there's no poison for my lips. Like, well, no, wait, nope, that's Juliet. Juliet says that later. Anyway, Romeo's basically like, I have this poison that I bought from a poison seller in Mantua. I will now kill myself because you're dead and I love you, and that's all I want to live for. And then Juliet wakes up and is like, what? Romeo was dead? But the friar didn't get to him in time? Oh, no. Like, you killed yourself with this poison. Wait, let me see if there's any poison left. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, there's no poison left. But there wasn't any poison left. And then she, like, is like, oh, you're, like, Romeo's dagger. Find a home in my breast. And then she dies. And then everyone comes to the tomb. And they're like, what the fuck? Why is everyone dead? And then it's like, it looks like Romeo and Juliet loved each other very much. You don't think? So that's basically the plot synopsis of Romeo and Juliet. Don't fucking love who you're supposed to love if they come from the other side of the track. Because shit is only gonna go down. Anyway, hopefully next week we can do something a little bit more happy. Like a tragedy. Wait, no, this was a tragedy. Let's do a comedy next time. I'm willing and up for suggestions. Once again, this is Drunkspeare with Connor J. Hogan. I hope you enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you next week.